Hi, this is Lauren from LSP Actions and welcome to video tutorial number 3 for the LSP North Pole Cottage digital backdrop for Photoshop. If you haven't already, you can watch video number 1, which is a complete overview. I show you how to load this up and give you a tour of all these layers included. And you can watch video 2, which is a complete 16-minute hand editing family edit, where you can become an editing ninja by watching that. I show you all the hand editing techniques, nice and slowly explaining everything about how to change out the background in Photoshop, how to add the family, blend, mask, even refining the hair selection, all by hand. In this video, I'm going to be using the LSP Digital Background Photoshop Actions and also editing by hand. I'm going to add 2 subjects in, 2 dogs in, and I'm going to show you both ways of editing those. Nice and easy. You can go find them on the LSP website at www.lsp-actions.com. But of course, if you would rather learn the hand editing techniques, you can watch that video number 2 where I show you everything. The techniques are the same for dogs, for people, for anyone. So if you want to do it by hand, watch video 2. If you want to learn the techniques by using the actions, you can check out this video. So let's get started with adding these poochies in. First of all, make sure you've got the digital background open on Photoshop. Now I'm going to start by placing a dog. Let's go inside the house. So I'm going to place the dog inside the house. So you need to come down here on the place subject inside the house here layer. Make sure you selected this one. I'm going to turn my actions on. Again, you can download these actions on the website. They make compositing really easy. These are for babies, so obviously everything's written for add baby, but you can use these for any kind of composites within reason. I'm adding a fur baby right now. So you play this one and locate the image on your computer. It's important you've edited the image first. Make sure it's on a nice white background. You've edited out any distractions, that the background isn't too grey. If you shot on a light background, even if it's not white, you should be able to whiten it. But the most important thing is that the floor is white, because that's going to help you bring the shadows back in. And hit place. You see Doggy's appeared inside the house, but he's a mega dog, so I'm just going to shrink him down a little bit. Now if you're editing by hand, you're going to want to go to File, Place, but with the actions we'll do it all for you, so I'm just going to tick. Now they're going to make him smaller and transparent. So at this point, I mean, he's a small dog, but really, how big is this house? It depends what you have kind of to go on, but this could be a tiny house. It could be a dog kennel size house if you wanted to, if you're not having any people in the image. Entirely up to you. Let's say for now, let's make him this big. Now, the light in the digital is coming from the left. The light in this photo is coming from the right. So I'm going to right click here while it's still in this transform box. Right click and select flip horizontal. So he is now facing the right way for the light in the image. And position him where you think he needs to go. I like the fact the paw is slightly going behind the house, it adds to the realism. So I've hit enter there. Now the actions have brought me up a little notice saying with a white brush I need to start brushing him in because there is a layer mask here, can you see? Black box means it's hidden. Here's the image here. It's a smart object, which means it retains all of the pixel information. It keeps its original resolution, which is much better than copy and pasting. So I'm on the layer mask here and just painting in. Again, for hand editing, you can visit video number 2 and learn how to do this all by hand. Or you can completely make a selection of the subject by grabbing a black brush, nice hard black brush, and coming in and stroking around. Make sure you're not left with a white halo, so you want to zoom in, nice hard brush, and get nice and close to make sure there is no kind of bright white outline there. Make sure you check for that because that can be a real giveaway when it comes to compositing. Because I'm on Creative Cloud, I'm going to use the Select Subject option here. Sometimes it works brilliantly, sometimes it doesn't, but you can refine that further. Again, you can watch video number 2 to find out in much greater detail how to do that if you're a beginner. So I'm just scraping that away. If you've got a fluffy dog, you're going to want to refine the hair selection a little better, and you can do that by using the Select a Mask option. Again, this is covered in video 2. Come on to white, and I'm going to just start stroking this over lightly. So some shadows up here. And you can see there is a lighter area here because he's on a lighter background, so I'm going to show you how to darken that down. And you can either do this by hand, by adding a levels or a curves adjustment layer and clipping it in here, or because we're using the actions in this one, I'm going to click add the main baby editing layers, and there will be a darken option in here for me to use. Just pull this out a little. So darken here, these are already clipped to the layer, so I'm just going to use that to darken that down a little and to darken him down too. We also have a blending whites option here, which I'm going to play. These are all going to clip to the same layer, so they won't affect the digital background, they will just affect your subject. And you'll see those here. Let me just pull this out even more so we can see them. Oops, sorry, managed to hide that then. Pull this out a little bit here. So blend whites into the colour, turn the whites down, contrast, whiten, desaturate and warm. So I'm going to use the whites down option just here, just to pull some of these whites in. I'm also going to play a little, paint a little of this contrast on. So because the actions have played everything out, I can literally just click these and play them to blend him in. Now let's add another one at the front of the house. So we're going to come up here, place subject in front here, and click this one. And then let's show you how to do this manually. File, place. You don't want to copy and paste. You want to place in. Shall we put this puppy in? It's so cute. Right click, flip horizontal, because the light needs to be coming here from the left. You can check that out by seeing the shadows. Where should we put this little pup? I'm just going to take the opacity down a touch. Again, if there's anything that you're unsure about, you can watch the complete video tutorial number 2. Let's put puppy there, that looks so cute. And hit enter. Now I'm just going to go straight into select subject, but again you can mask by hand. So that's given a very rough cut out there. If you're using an older version of Photoshop, you will not have this option, but you can use the techniques I've shown you here to mask by hand. So white to show, I'm just using a black to hide this. And I'll show you how to add some hand editing layers in a minute too. So to add, what I want to do is slightly brighten under here, because you can see he's on a layer that's slightly darker. So I'm going to come down here to the adjustment layers and add curves or levels. That will bring up this option here. Now if I change this, it's going to change the whole background, which I don't want to do. So right click and choose create clipping mask, and what this is going to do is clip it only to this puppy layer and nothing else. So you can see I can darken the pup down or up now. So I'm just going to lift this up a little, hold down Control or Command I to invert, which means it's hidden because it's a black layer mask, and I'm just going to paint this here around the bottom. Now, because there's this tiny bit of shadow coming in from the gate, I'm going to add a clipping mask, another adjustment layer of levels. I'm just going to bring the darkness, the mid-tones down just a little. Control or Command I to invert, and just paint that on him here, just to darken that side down. I kind of want these shadows to look a little more beefy, so I'm going to add levels and just bring these darks down. Control or Command I to invert, because I only want this on showing on specific areas, so I'm just darkening those shadows just a little. Now I think I want to lift and lighten this face a little bit, so again another levels layer clipped in, bring the highlights up, Control or Command I to invert, and paint that on there. And that's super cute. So once you've added your pets in, you can decide whether you want to add any of the adornments, keep it really simple like this and minimalistic, or you can turn the sky background on, you could turn the North Pole background on. Again, close or open that gate there, you see how our puppy is unaffected by this. So if you had, for example, let's bring doggy number 1 up to the front, so I'm just moving the layer. We could add them both in front. I just need to mask off around the edge where I've been a little bit, I haven't bothered with those too much because they were inside the house. So open that gate up. You can add the window adornments. add the little snowman and turn the snow on if you want to, just to make it super Christmassy. You can change the size of the animals if you want to. That's given me a really big selection though. So, you know, you could make them extra large in this scene if you wanted to, because there really is no point of reference in here. So it's kind of up to you how large you want to make these guys. If you want to make this like a dog house, pretend it's a little dog house, you can make them bigger. So good luck. That's using the LSP North Pole Cottage digital background. And that is available at www.lsp-actions.com. I'm Lauren. Thanks for watching.